Today we're going to be doing the Tunisian purl stitch, and to begin I'm using an Afghan hook, and it is a 6mm hook. You can use whatever size you would like. And we're going to begin with our slip knot, and then your chain will be any multiple. So for this sample piece I'm going to do 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Once you have your number of chains, you're then going to add one more. And now you are ready to begin. For row 1, I'm going to be working on through these back bumps behind the stitch. And you're going to skip the first stitch and insert your hook into the second stitch from the hook. Grab your yarn, bring up your loop, and you're going to leave all of your loops on your hook for the remainder of this row. So go to the next stitch, insert your hook, and bring up your loop. Insert your hook and bring up your loop. And you'll continue doing this till you reach the end of the chain. Here I've reached the end of my chain. All my loops are on my hook, and I'm ready to begin row 2. Row 2 will be just like in the basic Tunisian. You're going to yarn over, pull through that first loop, so just one loop this time, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2. And you'll continue to do that all the way to the end of row 2. So yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and all the way to the end of row 2. And you'll get to those final 2 loops, and you'll just yarn over and pull through both. And I'm ready to begin row 3. Row 3 is the start of your repeating rows. So for this one, you're going to keep your yarn to the front of your work. So I have found that if I stick my yarn behind, or my hook behind the yarn, and then go through. So you're going to skip this first one, go through that under that first vertical bar, keeping your yarn towards the front, and then yarn over and bring up your loop. Moving to the next one, yarn over and bring up your loop. So just remember to keep your yarn to the front of your work. I like to hold it while I'm grabbing my yarn, that way it doesn't try to jump to the back. And you'll just continue to do this all the way to the end of the row. And I'm coming to the end of row 2. And for the final stitch, we're going to go under both of these loops and just do a regular stitch like you would with the basic Tunisian. Oops, I'm off camera. So instead of doing the purl, we're just going to do like a regular stitch. Go under both of those, grab the yarn, and bring up the loop, and that'll give us that clean edge. Row 4 will be just like with row 2. So you'll grab your yarn, pull through that first loop, and then grab your yarn and pull through 2 loops. Grab your yarn, pull through 2, grab your yarn, pull through 2. And you'll continue doing that till you reach the end of row 4. Almost to the end. There we go. And from this point on, you will repeat rows 3 and 4 until you've reached the size you're looking for. And here I've completed a number of rows. And I have repeated rows 3 and 4 until I've reached here, ending with row 4. And to finish off the work, to give it a nice clean edge so it matches the other edges, we're going to do some slip stitches all the way across. So we're going to skip that first stitch there, just go under the bar, grab the yarn, and do a slip stitch. So straight through. And you'll move to the next one, grab your yarn, and do a slip stitch. And for this, you're not keeping your working yarn towards the front. You're just keeping it towards the back. And you'll just continue to do that all the way across. And once you've reached the other end, you will fasten off and weave in those ends. And you can see there's a difference between doing the slip stitches or just leaving it like that. There is the Tunisian purl stitch.